Welcome to the DGTL Growth Podcast, where marketing leaders turn playbooks into pipeline. I'm Suse Barnes. Today we're talking with Chief Revenue Officer at Stryker Digital, Bodhi Gallo. Bodhi, what's working well for you in business today?
First, I want to say thank you for having me on. What's working well with business for me today is I get a lot of business from organic growth. I have a personal brand I've built on Twitter that gives me a lot of organic leads. Another thing that's working very well for me with business today is we run a lot of Facebook ads, paid media too, just to diversify away from my personal brand. What my business does and my company does is we do lead generation for local businesses, for example, roofing companies, bathroom remodelers, HVAC companies, et cetera, stuff like that.
Great. I'm excited to hear that somebody is having some success with Twitter.
Twitter, yeah, or X, we'll call it.
Yeah, Chief Revenue Officer. What do you do in that role, really?
Yep. So I'm not a sales manager. I'm one of the founders of the company. I'm not a sales manager. I do a lot of sales, but I'm not really a sales manager. As in when I call myself like a chief revenue officer, I'm more of like, I get us a lot of leads. Not like a chief marketing officer either. My personal brand gets us a lot of leads. I close a lot of big enterprise deals for my company because of the brand I've built myself. So it's a weird title because I'm not a CEO. I'm not a CMO. I'm not the chief of sales. I'm like a mixture between the chief of sales and the chief of marketing.
Okay. And I assume you could have chosen any title, and that was the one that you chose since you're a founder?
Yeah. Besides CEO, I have a co-founder with me. I'm definitely not a CEO. It's just not my style. I'm kind of all over the place.
Sounds good. And how many people do you have on your team, Bodhi?
About 43 team members, give or take.
Great. And what made you decide on the service business to niche down on that?
So I have a weird background. I used to own a service business. I started in marketing. I did marketing in college. So I majored in marketing and social media marketing, got internships at companies who did a lot of local media marketing stuff. I worked for a company out of New York City where we worked on accounts like Kroger, Firehouse Subs. They're big franchises, but they're all in local markets. Then I worked for Benjamin Moore & Co., the paint company. They're more of an East Coast brand. I know you're out in California, competitor of Sherwin-Williams, where a lot of local marketing is needed for paint stores. So I had an opportunity to buy a garbage company when I was a senior in college, and I already had this marketing background. I built a personal finance blog that had about like 3,000 subscribers, and I was obsessed with marketing, but I didn't know what to do with my marketing. I am a purebred entrepreneur. Like I didn't really like working for someone else. I bought a garbage company in 2021, around 2020, 2021 area. Scaled that business from digital marketing, bought this business, no website, no Facebook, absolutely no online presence, built an online presence, got ranked #1 on Google within like a month and was like, holy crap, pardon my language. I can do this for other businesses, and started selling it to my own customers because the garbage business is pretty much a B2B business. So I was dealing with roofers, I was dealing with bathroom remodelers, kitchen remodelers, siding companies, gutter companies. And they were like, you're blowing up. Like, we were using the old owner. We're now seeing you everywhere. What are you doing? Told them what I was doing. Then I started posting about it online. Me and my business partner, Andy, we were in this Discord channel to trade stocks in. He's a really good coder. I was a really good marketing and sales guy. And we were like, let's just start a business, see what happens. Let's give it 1 year. And let's just go 1 year as hard as we possibly can at it. That's exactly what we did. And we've built a pretty nicely sized marketing agency now.
Amazing. Sounds like it's going great. Are you happy where you are, thinking about an exit strategy, growing more?
I'm happy where I am. The tough part with an exit strategy with a marketing agency is like, right now, that's why we're running Facebook ads. Right now, it's too dependent on me and my personal brand. So we're trying to diversify away from that. But like, I'm only 26 years old. So an exit strategy is tough for me to even think about because like, I don't know what my purpose in life would be after this. I've always loved digital marketing, and just taking like the SMB small business aspect and growing their brands is just like an amazing thing. Like testimonials, we have a ton of testimonials where people are like, you just landed me a $30,000 job. Thank you so much. Like, we've changed a lot of business owners' lives. And that's just, I can't imagine not doing something like that.
What innovations are you looking forward to in the next few months?
So we've been, obviously you probably know this, we've been going all in on AI SEO. but it's pretty much the same practices as regular general SEO. But innovation wise, like we're building a lot of AI stuff on the back end. So like it's what my co-founder does a lot of. That's where he spends most of his time is like right now he just created like a pretty much an app through Replit. And with Replit, what he did is like he took all of our churn data, all the clients we have lost in the past, threw them into our Replit app. And what he's been able to see is like, okay, 60% of our clients churn that are doing $500,000 or less a year. And we're able to see all of that data. So we're a lot of doing like for our back end of our business, we're doing a lot of AI stuff and on the front end. So what we've just done is we've built like a in-house web design through AI where we can make a website with programmatic SEO, like a 100-page website in like an hour tops. And it's almost perfect. Where like 4 years ago to make a 100-page website would take 2 weeks. So just little stuff like that is really huge. And then just adapting to like AI SEO, going on websites called Parasite SEO, which is huge right now, going on websites like Quora, Reddit, Facebook, LinkedIn post. Like now with Google and AI, they're not just pulling from Google, they're pulling from all these different platforms. And that's something we're adapting to our own personal clients.
Yeah, for sure. How has AI impacted growth for you?
A ton. I don't think we would have grown this fast without having AI at all. Like just fulfillment, I would have to hire at least double. I'd have probably 80 employees under me instead of like 43 right now. If it wasn't for AI, just growth, it's helped us a ton. Even just like we do a lot of stuff on Google My Business, even just making descriptions, optimizing profiles, building content for my personal brand, building content for my personal ads, for other people's ads. Like it probably saves 40 hours a week for me alone.
In your business, what's working well for you right now? And then maybe what is frustrating at the same time?
Yep, that's a good question. What's working well for me right now? A lot of cylinders, pretty much just like networking with people is working for me really well. Like I've built this personal brand where people want to work with us. People like working with us. Like what makes our marketing agency different than other like competitors of us is I've owned one of these businesses. I know what it's like to get my hands dirty and market these businesses, be in the trench, like know what home service businesses are dealing with daily. The toughest part is just the unit economics of my clients. When I say that, I'm saying like some of these companies, they either don't understand internet marketing at all. And they think like if you spend $1,500 per month, you're going to be guaranteed to return $10,000 per month. And they just don't understand unit economics. And it's like, if one thing goes wrong, there will be non-profitable the following month, where we try to work on more enterprise deals now where we're not dealing with the people that are under $500,000 or less a year, because it's really tough to ingrain in them like what internet marketing is. And that's just one of the toughest things we see.
And do you think they think about it more like an ATM? It's like put money
They
in.
think about it like an ATM. We're like, the way you should think about internet marketing is like, it's so much harder nowadays. Like the competition is insane. Private equity is bidding up on Google ads. You got to spend a ton of money to make money. Where like, if you break even on the front end, but let's say you're going to do a bathroom remodeling job. If you break even on the front end, but then they tell their cousins about you, their sisters, their neighbors, and then you get more jobs from word of mouth marketing, your ROAS is uncapped from that one lead, where people look at it as that one lead. They never think about the word of mouth strategy behind it, which is the best form of marketing for any business.
Yeah, the long-term effect is missed often, which we have to educate.
Yeah, you have to educate them. And that's like the toughest part is like, we're not only getting people leads, we have to educate them on leads. And then sometimes we got to put a sales like process in place. Like I work with a dentist near you actually in like the Bay Area. And we were running a ton of ads for them. And we were like getting them leads, but they're like, we're not closing these leads. Like they're not good leads. And then we had to go in and listen to their calls and build them out a whole entire sales process on what they should be doing on these calls. We used AI obviously, but we took another high performing dentist we work with, asked them what their sales process is, took that sales process, threw it into AI, built a whole new sales process for our client, because they're dentists. They're good at being dentists. They're not good at sales. And that's half the battle.
Yeah. A lot of lead gen folks say, salespeople are babies.
Yes. Yes.
Takes a lot to, you have to help them all the way to the
We
sale.
call them fat cat closers.
Yeah, that's right. Has there been a shift in your focus, really, since AI came into play?
Yes, a ton. Like, I'm a firm believer if you're a business owner today, small, large, medium-sized business, if you're not adapting to AI, your competitors definitely are, and you're definitely going to be left behind. It's tough for someone to hear that, but it's just the truth nowadays. It's like the internet back in the 90s.
Where do you want to be with Stryker Digital in 6 to 12 months from now, Bodhi?
It's a good question. 6 to 12 months from now, I'm looking to be at let's say 12 months from now, we're looking to be at like a $15 million a year run rate. I'm definitely trying to get to about $1 million a month in MRR in the next 12 months. That's a big goal. Next 6 months, it's a big goal for us. In the next 12 months, $15 million a year run rate would be great. Another thing I'm looking to do is just delegate myself out of the business as much as possible, where I can only be working on big enterprise deals like franchises instead of working on small deals with smaller businesses.
And then would you be starting another business on the side too, since you're such an entrepreneur?
We bought actually a bookkeeping company. We bought
Okay.
like a percentage of a bookkeeping company that we have been growing. The reason why we did that is because, like I said, so many clients come to us as like we're consultants, not just marketing agency. And it's like, hey, I need someone to do my bookkeeping, my tax strategy. So we just partnered with our CPA and said, hey, let us buy a piece of your business and we can cross-sell our clients who do marketing with us to your CPA firm.
Nice. If you could solve one major challenge today, what would it be?
In my business or in life in general?
In your business.
If I could solve one major challenge, it's a good question. Again, it'd probably be just putting a sales process into everyone's business. If it was possible to like take anyone's business and put a sales process into their business within 1 week, I think our results would be better and their results would be better.
Who is a dream client for you?
Dream client of mine would be a franchise and have a whole entire franchise. Like I'm not going to I'll use McDonald's as an example, but like a roofing company that's a franchise that's like the size of McDonald's.
Okay.
That's a dream client.
Sounds great. Do you have any predictions for what 2026 looks like for your clients, your agency?
I just think 2026, a lot of small businesses, a lot of people are flying into small businesses. A lot of people are leaving corporate America to fly into small businesses. And what I'm seeing on my end is like there's a bubble that could burst eventually, and it could happen next year. It could happen the year after. But that's an issue I definitely see on my end is like so many people are flying into these businesses and they think it's just easy to just put some tech in this business and operate it. But there's way more stuff you have to do on the back end. Like if I see, for example, I saw someone that came from tech, he bought an electrical company, has no idea anything about electric or managing electricians. And his business closed down within 1 year because he just didn't know how to manage that type of stuff. And it's like, you got to really know the blue collar business, the people you're going to work with. Dealing with customers, B2C versus B2B is a whole different ballgame. So I can see like a bubble could burst in 2026 in the SMB space.
Interesting. What is your favorite podcast? Do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, the Gary Vee Experience is my favorite podcast.
Okay.
I've been listening to Gary Vee since I was like 18 years old, so probably about 8 years now. Definitely someone that's like not a role model in me that I've never met, but I've listening to him pretty much every day for the last 6 to 8 years. I used to be in marketing class in college, listening to Gary Vee in the back of class.
Awesome.
Because he's just always ahead of the curve.
Not listening in the back of the class, but staying up to date and following him is a good thing to do. Yeah, I actually he sent me one of his books because I mentioned him to a class I was doing at some point. So it was nice. How can people get a hold of you if they want to work with you? What does a onboarding look like at Stryker?
So to get a hold of me, my website is stryker-digital.com. And then my X account is at iRentDumpsters. I used to be called the dumpster rental guy on there. When it comes to onboarding with Stryker, that's like the most important process of any marketing or any business in general. I usually have a sales call with someone if they do want to move forward. We have an onboarding call. In the first month, we have an onboarding call, a 14-day call, and a 31-day call. Every client that works for us gets onboarded to our Slack channel with us to do communication through there. Nothing is done through email. But pretty much, yep, that's the onboarding process. Onboarding call, 14-day call, 31-day call. From there on out, calls month to month, and then a Slack channel that's available 12 hours a day.
Super interesting, Bodhi. Thank you for coming on today. It's been a pleasure meeting you and chatting with you, and it sounds like your business is blowing up, and that's great.
Thank you for having me. I enjoy this a lot.
Sure.